Introducing Blend Neobank Stack on Monad, the compliant earn layer for neobanks and fintechs. And I was saying in my main channel that neobanks will be a sector that a lot of people will start paying attention to. And we just have one that got integrated into Monad here. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Joven with the altcoins, where I just give, unfiltered, raw, authentic content on the altcoins that we talk about on the main channel, right? So before I dive any further here, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is all entertainment purposes only. So bringing together earning functionality, ramps, wallets, and compliance in one stack to launch on-chain financial products in days, not months. That is now live on Monad, and you can see the team has been consistently building here. They are all about, you can see Keon, the founder, one of the founders here. They recently had an event, as you could see. I think this is a great video to watch. Just take a look at their X account to take a look at the video, guys. Great video here. You could see that they're meeting in person with other builders and developers, and this is what you want to see. The founders are out going to different events, going on podcasts, basically showing up for the project, right? This way you could tell, like, it could add a bit more legitimacy to the project, in my opinion, when you have founders that are outgoing, appearing on podcasts, traveling, and onboarding more developers and users to their platform. That's bullish, in my opinion. So here you go. New markets from PendoFi are live now on Monad. So PendoFi is a DeFi protocol that recently went live on Monad here. It's one of the new DeFi protocols that got a ton of attention, and it's been having a lot of stability. So now you have new liquidity pools on Monad through PendoFi, which is great to see. Eva FOMO, this is an app that a lot of the degen traders use. And here we have raised 75 million Series B index ventures with continued support from Benchmark. Integration into Monad here. Monad reposted this, and you can see, man, they're very active, always up to date on their X account, always building out that community and integrating more and more dApps into their ecosystem, which is very bullish, in my opinion. So Monad, I think, is one of those undervalued altcoins that you definitely have to pay attention to. If we take a look at Bitcoin here, under 65K, a lot of people think we're going to have one more move up and then we're going to have one more leg down. We'll see what happens. I'm looking at the fear and greed index, as I always do here. You see the fear and greed index here is at 22. So if you wanted to start to dollar cost average into projects, I think it would be a good time to do so. I think you should have at least some skin in the game, even if you have a majority of your portfolio in stables and cash waiting for further legs down, in my opinion. Because we're in fear, I think it's a good time to start to DCA or to get some exposure to the markets if you've already been exposed to the market. That's just my opinion here. If you could take a look at Monad here, you'd see Monad is sitting at 2 cents, holding this level, holding this floor here, back back at those levels that we first spoke about the project in December and February. And now you can see it's a great entry for Monad here at 2 cents once again. Okay, so even if you have 10,000 tokens to 100,000 coins or tokens in Monad, I think that will yield good ROI in the future. You take a look at Trading View here, as you could see, it's holding these support levels from all the way back. Let me go to the 1 week chart here, all the way back months ago, right? Months ago, earlier this year in Q1, you could see it's holding those support levels at this range right here. So is it a good time to DCA into Monad here? I think that is a good decision. And obviously, manage your risk. This is not financial advice, but I think Monad is in a great spot here. You're seeing higher lows, massive higher lows on the 1 week chart, and it holds these supports. And even if, for example, we see a further drop in Bitcoin, maybe that will be the bottom, or the bottom could potentially be in. You never know. This is why I say dollar cost averaging is such a powerful tool, because you get some exposure and you patiently buy maybe every week, every 2 weeks, and just wait patience pays in this space, okay? But I don't think, I don't think you should just be completely sidelined on the market. That's just my opinion. I don't think that's the case. You could see a majority of let's go back here to the charts here, scroll down, majority of the volume coming into Monad here, coming in from Coinbase, right? Coinbase, Upbit, and OKX, right? Bybit as well. That means I would think a lot of people must be futures trading Monad here. $3.8 million in volume on Bybit. So this project, like I said, is a great undervalued altcoin. It is a layer 1 with 10,000 transactions per second, guys. We've never seen something so scalable from the jump, right? Most projects build to that scale, but it's already this scalable at the space it's at right now. If you take a look at the open interest for Monad here, you're seeing that the open interest is very flat, right? Very flat for Monad. Last time you saw the open interest start to rise, that's when you saw Monad start to move up a lot more in price here, when the open interest started to rise. That pushed it from the start to that 4-cent level, and it had another move when you saw that open interest start to rise. It went to 3.6 cents. So now it's very flat at 2 cents. Pay attention to the open interest here on CoinGlass. You see this open interest start to climb. That means Monad is starting to make a move, guys. Even the funding rates as well. You're not seeing much volatility here in the funding rates. Very stable, okay? Very stable for Monad here in the funding rates. So I would say pay attention to that, guys. I think, like I said, it's a good time to, at least have it on your watch list, man. I think too much people are sidelining the space personally, and I think at least having some exposure to the markets is a wise decision. You can see the TVL for Monad here at $356 million in TVL, and it's stable and rising, right? From the beginning here, it had the most growth in TVL we've ever seen in a project from its launch from November, and the TVL has continued to rise, as we could see on screen. Just continued growth in TVL, $355 million in TVL for a layer 1. I think you should definitely pay attention to what is happening here in this ecosystem. I really do think Monad is one of those ones that could yield massive ROI in the future. Now, obviously, it's not guaranteed, but I think it does have massive potential for that. So as I stated in the past, you could see a 10 cents to 30 cents to even $1 per Monad, right? So even if you have, just a small amount of money in the space, you only could afford, let's say, just 10,000 Monad coins, and it goes to 10 cents, that'll be $1,000, right? From $210 to $1,000, and it goes to $1, that'll be $10,000 in the potential future here. And when you take a look at Monad compared to other projects like Solana that are sitting at, $42 billion in market cap, Monad is extremely undervalued here at $2 billion in FDV and $246 million in market cap. That would be, to get to Solana's market cap in circulated market cap, that would be a 200x move. Now, obviously, you'll probably have to be very patient for that, but is it possible? Yes, it is, okay? But just be conservative, take profits along the way. But I think this is one of the great altcoins leading into the next bull run, in my opinion. And as, again, the founders, everyone is building here. New protocols or dApps are being built on Monad. And this is why we're bullish on the project. And this is why I continue to cover the project here. If you found value in this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to be doing news updates on all the altcoins that we love on this channel, and more breakdowns and deep dives on the main channel. Also, to join the private Discord, become a Patreon member, join the family, guys. We already have 90 members in the Patreon, and it's only $5 a month. You get access to private Discord, you get early alpha calls on projects that have already made multiple X's and made Patreon members hundreds of dollars in profits already. I'm sure it's going to be thousands of dollars in profits. It's only $5 a month to join. Definitely recommend joining, because you're navigating the space with other people that share their own insights, have the same goals, they're like-minded, and that way you don't navigate the space by yourself. It's great to be a part of a family in this space so you could win together. but you have to be quick here, okay? Because it's only 56 spots remaining for the $5 tier, and after those spots are filled, it'll increase to $10 per month. So $5, right? Basically the same as a Twitch sub, the same cost as a Twitch sub or a channel membership. It's just through Patreon, guys, and I highly recommend it. But the early bird gets the worm, and you know the saying, 2 heads are better than 1. Thank you guys so much. Always remember to give praise and glory to the Lord God Jesus. Thank God for everything, and I'll catch you in the next one.